And what's going on on Wall Street? You you're marching with the protesters, I'm here?
Not really, Opie. Not really marching with them.
No.
On the Twitter, they're all over the Twitter talking about their big protest, which were their Occupy Wall Street.
What are they trying to get done?
Well, that's just it.
You don't know?
Opie.
Or
every tweet I've read, everything I've read, they talk about, hey, we're down here. Hey, we're marching. Hey, we're playing guitars. Hey, we're filthy, jumping in fountains that are disgusting. And the police, man, they have to, they're being brutal. They're brutalizing. I don't read anything about what they want, what they need, what they think can be changed.
does anyone know?
They don't like the greed, man, of Wall Street. The greed, man. They chant things like, we got left out, they got a bailout, or something like that. And I don't know what, I don't even know what that
People
means.
are getting killed by Wall Street the last few days.
Occupy Wall Street is a leaderless, resistant movement with people of many colors, genders, and political persuasions.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing we all have in common is that we are
Dirty
the
armpits.
are the 99% that no longer tolerate the greed and corruption of the 1%.
Now, see, the 1%, the wealthy, the 1%, by the way, that pays like half the taxes of this country. I'm sure if you talk to any one of those little cockbags down there with this Wall Street thing, none of them have to pay taxes. I'm sure they fall into that 50% of the population that don't pay taxes, get a refund. It must be nice. Get a refund.
You're the
things
1%.
like that. Yeah, the 1% that actually pay taxes and pay a fuckload of taxes. But here's the hypocrisy in all this. They're down there protesting Wall Street. Yeah? What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, no, did I do something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just reading a tweet. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll get to that.
Yeah, they're protesting Wall Street,
Yeah.
which is like protesting the internet. It's like, oh, I hate that internet. Did you see some of the stuff that's on there? It's like, yeah, but it's an entity. It's a big thing. It's not. You can't just say Wall Street bad, And then they're tweeting, they're taking video and photographs and uploading it to sites. All of these things are publicly traded companies. I'm sure they all got their iPhones and everything else, and Sony video cameras.
YouTube,
Google, all that stuff.
Which is
Do you think
one
you're children of privilege?
They are the most spoiled, rotten little cockbags that have a complete lack, if any, understanding of what Wall Street is, what capitalism is.
When they upload their videos to YouTube, they're making Google money.
Yeah. Exactly.
So why are they
They're
uploading
helping the
anything?
man.
And you can email them at their Gmail address.
At their Gmail address. What rebels they are. And they show up on Saturdays and Sundays and after the market's closed. So
Why?
they never really because they never really confront any of these evil bankers. I think they expect the guy from the Monopoly community chest card, that fat guy with money bags, to come out with a cigar and the bag with the dollar sign on it.
One of the fat cats?
Yeah, the fat cats.
They're
That's
looking
what they
for
don't
fat
like. They don't
cats.
like fat cats. And all of their posts are about just come down here and support us, but they have no cause to support. So they're walking around, and they got a couple of days where the police were kind of keeping them, under control.
Right.
And the thing that really got me is they're talking about revolution and how the Middle East had their whole thing with Egypt and Syria and Libya, and now it's our turn. And
You see how those protesters in Syria get treated?
Exactly.
That site I showed you before has a lot of the Syrian protesters.
Yes.
They're getting their faces shot off.
Shot off. And I watched some videos from this occupation of Wall Street, and one guy was crying because he was resisting arrest, first of all. They were trying to get his hands behind his back, and he was resisting. And then he's like, I can't breathe. I need my inhaler. And another kid was complaining because his cuffs were on too tight. Meanwhile, I was like, you really? You're equating yourself to what happened in the Mideast, where you would sit there and, oh, my friend that was next to me helping me out a second ago, yeah, his brains are all over my face right now. And, an RPG went right through him. But we're just like you, man. And then whenever the cops would do anything to either arrest somebody, move people along, they'd start chanting, "The world is watching! The world is watching!" Like, don't pull any shenanigans. Meanwhile, the police were saying, "Please move. Thank you. Could you please clear this out?" And every video that's taken, they yell and scream, "Ow, ow," like they're in pain.
What the fuck?
This girl being arrested. Yeah, it's a bunch of privileged white kids.
Privileged fucking suburban kids.
Yeah.
That's all
And
I
they're
want to listen to.
occupying Wall Street.
They desperately want to belong to something the way they
Yes.
did in the 60s.
And it's not there.
They're desperately trying to create, even though it's hard to disagree with hating Wall Street.
But they don't know what it is that they even hate about Wall Street. They think it's just a bunch of... Do you know there's plenty of businesses that are publicly traded on Wall Street where they have a boss and people that are under the boss in the
Underlings.
company, underlings. And the company's trying to make money and trying to put a product out there for some people. And, you know, trying to get their stock price up. Not necessarily fucking over the people. And I think that's a majority of the companies traded on Wall Street. Then you get the assholes that are nothing but greed-based shitheads. And, you know, you could want to go after them, but to occupy Wall Street, and some of these websites, they're sounding like they're an army. We're taking over the park. Are you?
Yeah, take it.
And yeah, take it. Who
Bunch
gives
of
a
homeless
shit?
guys that shit
Exactly.
themselves. Have
Yeah.
it. You can have that.
Want the jungle gym? Have fun,
Yeah.
asshole.
Watch out for the rats. We'll give you a tip.
One of my favorite parts, as I was reading and tweeting insults to these people, was they're like, "Yeah, the cops were blockading us from going to the park, but we got such numbers now, they're escorting us to the park." And it's like, oh, and then I read another tweet that goes, a lot of trucks showing up, police trucks, and they have those orange snow fences, you know, those rubber kind of snow fences they put up, temporary fences. Yeah, hanging out there. Sort of getting a lot of chatter on the police radios and stuff. Yeah, they're escorting us to the park. They corralled these idiots together. So, all the better to arrest them. Yeah, they got him in there. You know, some kind of, and you could be arrested for anything, believe me. Obstruction. They just don't like you. They could pretty much make up a charge. You know, you're in my way. You're on the street. You're interrupting with the flow of traffic. You're disrupting. You're disturbing the peace. Things like that. So they arrest people. And these people are, they try to not move.
On a dirty New York street, they got balls to lay in the dirty
street. They don't move. So the police are forced to cuff them and then drag them or carry them away. And people get angry, like, why are you dragging him on the street, man? I think this one you might have some sound that isn't too bad.
What's his name? They're detaining several. Not sure how many.
And these two bitches up with the camera trying to get everyone's name that's being arrested so they could get legal counsel. The legal counsel, by the way, is sponsored by Bank of America.
What's your name?
No shit.
What's your name? Ready? On three. 1, 2, 3. What's your name? Can't hear shit.
Can't hear shit.
You assholes.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
He's like, why are you hurting me?
Tell me your name. Jason. Jason.
Babies.
Jason, what's your last name? Jason.
Babies.
They're babies. They're just dragging him by his legs.
Why are you dragging him across the street?
'Cause he's
you're
not
getting on
standing.
his
Won't
feet,
walk, you
sir?
cunt.
He won't walk.
Now I'm getting angry.
Yeah. And the cops will not fucking
Honey,
answer these
can
people.
you give me your last name,
Honey.
please? A-H-M-A-D-I. And your first name? And your first name? Jason?
This is really, really tough.
What a spoiled little
Yeah.
suburban
Look, it's-
brat
Yeah,
he
you
looks
can totally
like.
see the discoloration in his hands. Is there, you're actually bleeding right now?
Bleeding. How
Let's
about
paint
your
you.
face is shot off?
He's bleeding, he's bleeding. He's bleeding.
Oh, he's fucking
We'll get him milk.
babies.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. He's bleeding.
He's bleeding and his
I bet you half these kids live in
way too
Williamsburg.
tight.
bleeding and it's too tight.
Hang tight.
Hang tight. You'll be
We're gonna call
okay.
the lawyers for
Your
you,
fucking
okay?
zip strip cuffs are too tight.
Are you all right?
You babies.
White people suck.
They really do. They're the worst at
Hold
this.
just 1 second. It's making me too upset. you got to say something in the Middle East. They have fucking balls, man.
Yeah, they'll throw rocks at a tank.
They are fucking ballsy.
As the tanks are firing at them, and they're throwing rocks. But these idiots, my fucking zip strip cuffs are too tight, and his pinky's bleeding. And why are you dragging him? They'll got their fucking hipster shit on. And,
yeah, they really do.
And, you know, man.
They look like a bunch of fucking rich kids.
This backpack full of shit he bought at the Apple store, which, by the way, is going for $4 and change on the market. Great fucking quarter for Apple. It's amazing. 400. Yeah. But they, you know, they want to be part of a movement, man.
Well, what is the movement?
That's just
I don't
it.
know
What do they want done? One said end capitalism. It's like, really? Should we do that? End capitalism? Yeah. Is that it? And then there was a poignant moment, very poignant.
Yeah.
This young African-American gentleman came across part of the Citibank Plaza thing and dropped to his knees and said, and as he's crying and people are taking pictures of him, he goes, these are the people that took my parents' house. And I had a tweet. Really? Are they the people that signed a contract, a mortgage for more than they could afford, knowing that it was more money than they could afford, and the bank, who, by the way, didn't take their house, they took their own fucking house back because it's the bank's money, took the house. Yeah, sorry, Charlie.
I am more on the side of the protesters, but I just hate them all so much.
I hate them all. I can't be on their side
The
at
Bank
all.
of America is such a repulsive fucking organization. I've dealt with them. I think they're terrible.
They're
it's
horrible.
hard to like them.
All the banks are terrible. They give you shit for your money. They in order to get money, they charge you up the ass for interest, more so than they're getting. It's a loan sharking business.
It really is, and it's like, I just wish I didn't hate these fucking... I wish these protesters were fucking hardcore. I would like them a lot more.
But they're not. And what they knew and what they were trying to do, I think more importantly than this cause, whatever the fuck it was supposed to be, was trying to get video of the NYPD hitting some kid. The most they got was a pepper spraying that happened over the weekend, which was fucking hilarious.
I didn't see that. Let's see it.
It was a scuffle was going on, and a bunch of cops kind of jumped on this kid. And they had a few girls and other people corralled up on the sidewalk, and they were getting and leaning over the fence and kind of yelling at the cops. And one cop goes over and under his arm kind of goes, psst, and sprays fucking pepper spray. See this chick in front? Whoa. She gets nailed right in the face, and the screams of her on her knees, it's like that fucking girl in Vietnam that got hit with the napalm. You think that's who it was? NYPD
cops just really don't tolerate this shit.
No, and
they're fucking good cops, man.
They're great cops. They understand that they can't really go around smashing heads in,
right.
But they keep control of a crowd. They know how to control a crowd before they can get out of fucking hand.
And we got the other side checking in.
Oh, you do, you man.
John in Rhode Island. John.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Guys, first, I'm a huge fan. Been listening forever.
All right, that's fine.
Hi,
of course
John.
you're a huge fan.
Dude, Anthony, it's like the purpose of these protests is to draw attention to the fact that our political system is just too wired into corporate America. That's it. It's nothing more than that. They may be hipsters, they may be douchebags, but the point of the fact is we are too wired into these guys. It's bullshit.
So then why not go against the politicians instead of the fucking Wall Street? I don't understand. The politicians seem to be the ones that are supposed to... The politicians are the ones that are supposed to be in there serving the people. The businesses are there to serve themselves. So why the fuck get hard on against people that are trying to make money? That's their job. We live in a capitalistic society. The people on Wall Street, there's some scumbags on there. But you know what? Their job is to make money for the stockholders. That's never been a secret. It's not a scam. They're trying to make money. Some of them do it very underhandedly and scumbaggishly, but that's their job. The politicians, on the other hand, are there to serve the people they represent. So go to Washington and march on those motherfuckers. Or when the election rolls around, get off your fucking ass like you went to Wall Street and vote and maybe try to change something.
Totally get that. but you know what? It's a low-hanging fruit kind of thing.
What?
You know, it's a low-hanging kind of thing. This is an easy bet. You know, so it's like it's easy for guys to all go to
The
Wall Street.
man's jamming your system. He's jamming your signal, man.
Your phone's crapping out, bro. But what he's saying makes a little bit of sense. I mean, they are too tied in. I do agree, and I just don't. My problem is this: I have an intense dislike of the type of person protesting.
Oh.
Although in theory, I pretty much agree with what they're saying. I agree.
Peter?
Hey, Anthony.
Have some pumpkins or something.
We're so sick of the bullshit. You're telling us we have to go to complain to this guy, to that guy. We're sick of the guy that's jamming his fist up our ass.
Who's that?
And the banks and the mortgage. What's 30-year mortgage? That's all your life. If you're rich and you could get $1 million, oh, booty boo, you're paying $250,000 in taxes. Well, if I'm making $10,000 and I'm paying $2,500 in taxes, what am I left with? Do you understand me?
Yeah, it's called America, you dumb motherfucker. Some people make millions, some people make fucking 20 grand. Stop it. What do you want? You want everybody to chip in so everyone has the same fucking amount of money? Blow me, fucker. I worked hard my whole fucking life, and then I got lucky halfway through. And I'm supposed to take the hit for you motherfuckers? Blow me. I got mine, and I want to keep it. Go fuck your mother.
Anthony, you got lucky because you had a talent. What about the rest of us? Or still?
Who gives a shit about the rest of you? That's not my fucking problem. Mine was getting to where I am right now. And it took me my whole fucking life. And I wasn't on the government tit, you motherfuckers. You cheap-ass skinflint fucking beggars. You bum motherfucker. Eat my shit. Eat my fucking shit.
You rich cocksucker.
Yeah, rich cocksucker. That's it. Try to divide it up into a class war. Get a job, you bum. You fucking bum. Do something. Find a talent. Find a talent. Get a better paying job. Don't blame me, because I fucking achieved part of the dream, you cunt. You little cunt. Fuck you. Whore out your mom's asshole. You fucking cunt, cocksucking pig. Fuck you. You wannabe. You wannabe. Go face down an RPG. Face down a tank on Wall Street. Occupy Wall Street. How about you occupy an occupation? How about you do that? You want to occupy something? Occupy a cubicle.
Come in, man. We're going to show you what it's really all about.
Shut up. You're not going to show anyone shit. The NYPD will shut your dumb white asses down. You're a bunch of fucking pussies, or what you are. You're a bunch of faggots. You don't even know how to protest. Where are the rocks? Where are the Molotov cocktails? Where's the punching? Oh, my cuffs are too tight, and I can't find my inhaler. Wow, what a bunch of rebels. Look out, USA. They're coming for you. Fuck off.
Anthony, wait a minute. Do you believe the system is corrupt? Do you believe in that?
Part of it.
Do you believe that the system is corrupt?
Part of the system is corrupt. What did you not hear? And it's been that way forever. It's part of the system now.
How do we start changing it? They're starving us here now. We cannot go.
Oh, you're starving? I bet you had a great fucking breakfast. You're starving. Bullshit. We have one of the wealthiest countries in the fucking world.
Oh, please. 10% is. The rest of us are struggling.
Oh, 10% is the wealthiest. 90% of this country is struggling. 90% go to bed hungry? Is that what you're saying?
Not hungry, but working 16-hour days.
Yeah, it's called life, fucking asshole. That's called life. Life. It's not a play game where you go and bring acoustic guitars and sit in a fountain like it's the summer of love, singing fucking Kumbaya and hoping to change Wall Street. God, I wanted to see tasers and nightsticks. Fuck, did I want to see that. What?
These big corporations are trying to make us slaves, man. Look at these airline pilots making pennies. They're risking their lives taking these airplanes up into the air. They're living on food stamps, while the cocksuckers who own the companies are billionaires. They're buying yachts left and right.
So what do you suggest?
Let's fucking make it more even.
Why? Why? It might not be right. What I'm saying is, what you're saying might not be right, that's for sure, but it's completely legal in the way people do business. And why the fuck do you think so many jobs have gone overseas? Why do you think so many jobs have gone overseas? Because why wouldn't a company pay a Chinese person $2 an hour as opposed to somebody that wants to sweep a floor $25 an hour, and then someone's supposed to buy a car that costs 18 times more than they could buy one foreign because the fucking union workers that sweep the floors at the plant demand $25, $30 an hour.
It's us, American guys that went to school with you. It's us, the union workers. It's us, man. Your friends are getting fucked up the ass, okay? But these rich cocksuckers...
And these rich cocksuckers are supposed to pay $25 to $30 an hour for a laborer.
Millions.
For a laborer. Yeah, they got millions building a company.
And fucking the rest of us over, right?
Fucking the rest over. They're paid a wage to fucking go to work. The boss will make more money than the worker. That's the way it's been forever. You want it differently. You want the boss to shell out all his money. Everyone wants... Just, you know what? Invade everyone's house then. Please start with mine. Try to take my money. Could you please do that? Please come to my house and try to take my money. Because I swear to fuck, I'm waiting for that.
But Anthony, I don't want to be starving. I work 16 hours a day. I can't afford...
Yeah. Some people work 16, some work 4. The world needs ditch diggers too, you know.
Well, I do what I can. I'm not as talented as you are, but guess what? I want to have some kind of a life too.
Well, then work at it! Try to fucking get some kind of life. No one's going to give it to you, fuckhead. Or any of these other shitheads.
I've been working all my life.
Yeah, and you know what? You might, and you know what else? You might never make it. There's not a guarantee to wealth in this country.
And so what? I'm a regular person. I still have a right to a good, decent life.
Of course you do. You have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There's nothing in there saying you have the right to my money or anyone else's fucking wealth. Yes, you do!
I don't this, Anthony. Keep your freaking money. I just like...
Oh, yeah, keep my money until Obama wants to tax the fuck out of me and give it to, other people to bring them up to a closer level. To stop the wealth disparity that's going on in this country, I'm supposed to cough up some of my cash and give it to someone who doesn't have as much. How about the 50% of the people in this country that don't pay taxes? Stop paying!
This guy sounds like he's talking about the guys like those CEOs that...
It's all relative.
But like the guys who are taking $300 million payouts, like they're taking... hold on, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
like
about.
the guys that are... The guys that are... Like, I agree with both of you. Like, I know exactly what Ant is saying, and I completely agree with him. But this guy, I think, is talking more about... It's like the government is fucking bailing these companies out, and these scumbags are taking... $80 and $100 million payouts. These fucking people are murderable.
Yeah. So you would have had a lot more.
That could feed 1,000 of us.
Yeah, you'd have had a lot more people. You'd have had a lot more people down there if everybody that works at General Motors was unemployed because there was no bailout. But yeah, I see that point.
These cocksuckers are taking chunks like you wouldn't believe it. We're over here scratching our eyes out for $20. What the fuck?
Right. And how many companies do you see doing that?
Fucking the American companies right now have the most cash in their hands.
Well, that's okay. Well, you know what then? How about you invest in that great solar energy company that Obama gave $500 million to? Oh, that's right.
I can't afford to pay the fucking electric. I got 2 kids, and I work 16 hours.
That's a shame. My fucking pool's up to 84 degrees, running my electric heater for $3,000 fucking electric bill that I laugh at. Have fun.
But the guy is trying to do the right thing.
Give a shit.
You're going after the wrong guy.
No, I'm not.
He works 16 hours a day. What else is he supposed to do, though?
I could give a shit about his 16-hour day. I could give such a little shit about his 16-hour workday. I worked for a living my whole fucking life. I worked for a living. Like a dog I worked. I made shit money. My bosses were assholes that drove around in fucking Ferraris and Bentleys, and I worked my balls off and made shit.
You made it out. It's 1 in a million that makes it out like that, Anthony.
Oh, well. How about that? You know what I did? I fucking was able to work with what I had, knock on a few doors, and made something of myself. I took stock of myself. I wrote down my good points and my bad points.
I guarantee which side had a lot more shit written on it.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, I love you.
Peter.
All you guys.
All right, Peter, before you go, we know. Could you say earthquake warning?
See you later, man.
No.
I like Peter, man. He
sounded like that guy.
He didn't seem like he was being irrational or begrudging you.
But he's a pumpkin eater.
He really is, and he won't stop eating them. It's Peter. Hey, how's Bobby and Cindy? But he didn't seem like he was begrudging people there. He wasn't one of these kids talking about anyone making $200,000 should give half their money back.
But he is. I know these people. He's not going to say that.
But a guy.
But the whole group of people that are protesting, their whole group mentality is that anybody that has attained wealth in this country has done it through the means of fucking over the little guy. Absolutely. Anybody with money, they're like, hey, we're the 99%. They want to call themselves that. And then the 1% that pay for this entire fucking country. Without the 1%, by the way, you 99%, you'd really be in the shitter. There'd be no roads left.
But a guy working 16 hours a day shouldn't have to worry about paying his bills at that point, no?
Yeah, that does suck, doesn't it?
It's not fair.
Maybe you can change the world
And also,
somehow.
Peter shows how goddamn great we are at this because he's struggling, but he still has that Sirius XM in his car.
Yeah, he certainly does.
But it's
thank you, Peter.
It's like a guy like that. I think is not. It's the people he's talking about. I agree with. Like I don't like the fact that anybody who makes money should pay 50%. That makes me sick. But these guys that are taking these bailouts and accepting this fucking parachute money that they take, and it just happened. Just because it's Obama's same thing. Big business is big business. The only answer, and I would never encourage. I will say this: I would love to see certain people dragged into the street.
Yes,
and not these dumb hippies, but the guys that are taking $80 million. I would love to see them dragged in the street and have street justice performed.
Yeah,
for what they're because they are people who are really fucking all of us.
Yes,
and not trying to make money for their stockholders. Because I agree with you.
No.
Just because you're a big company and you make a lot of money does not mean you're evil. You're trying to make some money for your stockholders. You go overseas because people here want $30 an hour to sweep the floor. Like that's not evil. But some fucking guy taking a bailout and then fucking accepting $60 million. It's like
that's just it. When a company takes a tax fucking paid for bailout and then they turn around and give executives huge bonuses with that money. That is deplorable. I understand that. But that isn't an epidemic that is happening that demands Wall Street be inconvenienced by a bunch of the great unwashed. That's what I'm talking about. And again, believe me, I saw this. I've been keeping tabs on this for a while now. They have a hatred for anyone that is living comfortably in this country, and they think that, like I said, everybody that is wealthy made their money on the backs of the little guy and fucked them in the ass, and they're not given a chance because, meanwhile, what they're rebelling against also are their parents, because most of their parents are considered wealthy. They come from good houses.
But just because, and you're like, because you're a guy who made no money and then made a lot of money, so you understand, you have a particular fucking hatred for people who try to fucking put their hands in your pockets.
Yeah. I lived in my car, bitch.
Which I certainly is a lot different than being born into money. But there is a legitimate point to the fact that there are people who really are working hard and just not getting what they should get. And it's like, I know life sucks, but it's like I do feel something for those people.
Yeah, I had one guy that said. Because I commented on that guy that said that the bank took his parents' house.
Right.
And then I commented on it, and the guy said, are you serious? He goes, you know what? The house that he's paying like $1,700 a month for a mortgage, and it's now worth $100,000, which is a third of what he bought it for. He goes, why should he still pay for a house that dropped in value? And I was trying to make the point, a house is also an investment. And it's not guaranteed that it's going to keep going up, you dumb fuck. And you're still obligated to pay the fucking mortgage.
But it's just the way the banks have, and again, I'm making a very broad statement, but they have such a fucking rigged game.
Yeah.
It's like, I just dumped a CD that I had. Like, I had like 40 grand for I don't know how many years. And I made $230 in interest in a year on like a 40,000. And I'm like, you fucking pigs.
Yeah.
Like, the amount you charge people It is loan sharky. It's not like...
Why do we even have our money in the bank at this point?
They're fucking...
I look at my statement every month.
Sickening.
I'm not making shit.
They're sickening fucking people, and it's like...
Why do we even
do
it?
Hatred for them.
No, people and people that don't understand it think that because you have money that you just put it in the bank and you live off the interest like it's fucking 1970 something. No, it doesn't happen like that anymore. You're actually your money is losing value in the bank because it's not keeping up with the inflation rate. Which is much higher percentage than the 0.2% you're getting in the bank.
And even though there was a lot of bad loans given out, and that guy's parents might have been total shitheads, but I feel for people who just want to achieve the dream of having a house.
Yeah.
And because the people,
I understand.
Because the people giving the money, they know so much more than the people they're giving it to, and it's not a fair playing field.
But let me tell you something. There is always the point where you look at your contract and you say, I need this much per month to get this house. And you know if you can afford it or not. And a lot of these people sign that fucking paper knowing they could not afford the mortgage.
Or thinking they can, but not foreseeing the way the interest rates were going to change. But the guy who's allowing them to... And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have to give the house back, but the bankers, they know what's going to go on with the interest. They can look at this and go, yeah, you're fine for 5 years, and then you're fucked. Yeah. And most times they'll know that. Or at least they'll suspect it. But I guarantee you they don't say that to the person. They're not doing honest banking like where they're trying to help the customer and guide the customer. They're not. I just had a fucking mortgage closeout problem. They're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
I believe you. But then again, you got to be educated.
Yeah.
You have to have people look over your contracts and explain them to you.
Yeah.
You don't just walk in and go, I want that house because I like it. How much is it? Oh, I don't know if we could afford that. It's like anything else. You take out a car payment, right? You buy a car and you take you make payments. All of a sudden, your car is worth less because you've had it for a year. Do you stop making the payments? Oh, wait, my car didn't go up in value. Fuck this. Whoa, I'm not going to make the payments anymore. They took my car.
But they do take advantage of the human weakness.
Oh, they're fucking terrible, man.
There are people like, fuck,
that's
I
why
want to live in that
everyone's in
house.
credit card debt.
You know?
Yes, I understand.
Before I had money, I fucking bought shit I didn't fucking...
It's called living
could
beyond your
afford.
means.
We all do it.
I did it, of course.
And the
Of course
banks
I did it.
take
But let me
advantage
tell
of
you,
that weakness.
here's
They do.
here's the difference.
We're all
Here
weak.
is the difference. I was not bitching after I fucked myself over with credit cards that someone ought to pay this, or that why did they send me this card, or why is the interest... So I knew what the interest rate was. It's ludicrous. I know what the fucking monthly minimum payments were. Yet I spent too much. The difference is I didn't fucking get with a bunch of other idiots that did the same thing and start marching and trying to find anyone but myself to blame.
It isn't the people who make money. Like, I don't think all stockbrokers are bad. A lot of even the big ones are fucking guys who just know how to play the market. But it's the other stuff that we all know goes on. It's the lack... It's the protection of information that only they have. They're not doing stuff in good faith. And we've all negotiated things that were not being done in good faith by the other side. And you see how enraging that is.
Oh, yeah.
When you negotiate and they're not showing you good faith.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you're making $40,000 a year and a bank is doing that. It's like, I don't know how more citizens out there. I mean, I'm lucky I can fucking pay my bill. Like, I don't know how more people don't fucking do very, very harsh things to these
their
people.
minds.
Yeah. We're sheep, and we'll always be sheep. And this whole thing is this Occupy Wall Street thing is just one of these silly. It's just silly. You want a revolution? Start revolting, and don't worry so much that your cuffs are too tight or you lost your inhaler. They knew when they saw the NYPD. They fucking knew that you don't fuck with those people. The NYPD, if you start getting out of line, they will fucking crack your heads open, and it will be justified, and no grand jury will indict them because you're really trying to make a problem. And I think they knew that, and that's why they didn't want to, start any real shit. No, it's a peaceful protest. Yeah, okay. because you're scared fuckless.
We need a third party. It's so corny and trite to say that.
But it's true, yeah.
But it's like, this is what the guy, because Obama is as liberal and anti-Wall Street as you can get. And I kind of like the fact that somebody's anti-Wall Street.
But he's in a bunch of trouble now with this fucking solar.
Even him it happens to.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't matter. He's also going to hold hands with those fucking Saudis. He's also going to get fucked by big. They're all going to. No matter how liberal or conservative you are, that shit's going to happen.
That solar energy company.
And they're taking the fifth. They're all pleading the fifth.
They're all pleading the fifth.
Oh,
they made visits to the White House. They had $500 million in taxpayer money. And just weeks before they filed for bankruptcy, they were telling people how great they were doing. Yeah, this is fantastic. We're doing fine. And there's all these people involved that got these little meetings and favors, and shenanigans went on. And they're trying to see how close it gets to the White House. And so far, it's pretty fucking close. This is one of those scandals that, again, if it was a Republican or Bush in there and stuff, this would be, they were yelling Halliburton out the ass during that whole fucking escapade. What about this? No liberal is saying anything about Obama being connected to this.
But as annoying as these protesters are, and they are annoying, they don't get the anger out of me that fucking people like getting that kind of money and then stealing it. Yeah. Fucking pulls out of me. That pulls out of I don't want to see these protesters killed, but I would like to see the people steal it. Like Bernie Madoff, the fact that they put these guys in these, can they stop with the fucking minimum security for someone that stole $1 billion from Holocaust charities? Why is that fucking piece of shit in a soft? He should literally, although I don't think gang members would beat him up because he literally is the ultimate gang. He stole $1 billion fucking dollars.
That's the ultimate gangster.
It really, I don't think no matter how hardcore you are, I think they would all
badass.
They should be in Rikers.
He should be in a horrible place.
Not a nice place. So what you're suggesting, Ant, these guys should get their bread helmets and really start revolting. Get the bread helmets, and then a little more respect from you.
Be revolting.
Yeah. I got to get to a doctor.
Be revolting.
Tonight I have to plug, too.
Oh, yes, please.